Alright, here we go. Starting Operation Snake Eater in Metal Gear Solid 3. Snake Eater. How probably named.
What a thrill.
The darkness and silence through the night. In my opinion, this is probably like the second best song in the entire Metal Gear Solid series so far. But that's just my opinion. The absolute best one is The Best Is Yet to Come, which plays the end of the credits in Metal Gear Solid 1. I'm gonna shut up now so you can listen. Oh, if you move around the left and right analog sticks, you can mess around with the credits. Snake Eater! Be careful not to wake up the people in my house. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, so they're still sleeping. On a tree frog. So Toyota. For honor, but for you.
In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I'd like to view. I'm still in a dream.
Hideo Kojima. Used by Hideo Kojima.
I'm still in a dream, Snake Eater.
Whew. Okay. Now let's get to the actual game. I've shown this bit already. I had to let that play out because normally it'll play in between the Virtuous Mission and Operation Snake Eater. And for some reason, I saved right after the Virtuous Mission. I loaded it up just a little while ago and it didn't play. So I had to start the recording over, which wasn't that big of a deal. And of course, this is where it starts. 1 week later from the Virtuous Mission, of course.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000
That is a
feet,
cool jet.
approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point.
Good.
Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Good. Everything's as it should be.
This time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard.
Oh, great.
This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in
Two,
hospital bed again,
what would you
waiting
call
for
them?
the firing
Test
squad.
flights within a week.
So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
Now, why would they
They're
think
just looking
that?
for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does
Bah,
this mean
heroes are
Fox is going
overrated.
to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban.
Man. I prefer the Mexicans.
This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
Cubans are okay,
They
though.
decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson? Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the
I wonder
same
how that
time,
happened.
our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you?
No.
In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
At least he called me
I should have
and
contacted
questioned
you
him about it.
myself. Did you
Like a
know
man.
that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin
Volgin.
of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You
Voyevoda.
mean
The boss.
the mother of your special forces?
Yes,
That'd be the one.
that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what he
afraid
just said.
So. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. Serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was complete.
Those things actually exist
The whole
too.
area is polluted.
I can only
I think
offer
it's like
you
you
my
just said,
deepest
they've never actually
condolences
been
over
deployed.
this terrible tragedy.
So, the boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yep.
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right?
Well,
as
we've lost one of our best
That's
soldiers
correct.
out of
We were
this,
not
so
involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen?
uh,
It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
not just
I
any
don't know
soldier,
what else
dude.
to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
Nothing.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government.
Well, now.
You have 1 week. You must catch the boss
That's it.
yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then
Yeah, now.
you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove
Why
our
we gotta
innocence.
prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if
I
it
get
is
it
not
done in
too
2
much to
days.
ask, do something
3
about
the
Volgin as
most.
well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will
Yeah, it'll be
unable
like
to
2.5
restrain the
days.
military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their
If I'm thinking
revenge.
of it right.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal.
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
Well,
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
pretty much.
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Well, now.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
Ooh.
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
Yumika Kuti.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
Oh.
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Yeah.
Precisely.
That one.
Since
that a
then,
real incident?
they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Vulcan's ranks. I've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Good. Can't have our ship like blown up before we even get there. Man, that music. It's a little bit loud. Okay. We good now. Ooh, this is gonna get fun. Well. Oh, that looked like fun, in all honesty. Not the whole nail in the ground and rolling part, although I'm sure that's more fun than it actually looked like. But up to that point, it looked like some serious fun. Love to do that myself.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know.
Yeah, why
That
don't you
was the
just
Kremlin's
ask me to
demand.
nail everything that
Man,
moves, why
You
don't
mean
you?
it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
Yeah,
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's
fair enough, I
demands?
guess.
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
The
Did you
wrong
ever
one.
see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have
Oh
missed that
man,
one.
I need
Anyway,
to watch that
it's
one.
based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp
I'm
in
gonna
Nazi
look it up when I'm
Germany.
done with this
The
recording
prisoners
session.
dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
What went
but-
wrong?
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished.
Well,
I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
that also explains kind
You
of
know,
why
let's
people
just use
will
zero,
sometimes say
like we've
every
been doing all
Tom,
along.
Dick, and Harry.
All right then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
If you ever heard anybody
From
say that, you know what I'm
square
talking
zero.
about.
My frequency is 140.85.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
see that on the
I
codec
almost
screen.
forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this
Good.
her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her
Yeah, we
frequency
die
is the same
or
as
into the
during
prison
the
and
virtuous
she
mission.
loses her medical license.
145.73. She'll
That's
be
definitely
recording
the
your
same
mission
punishment.
data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same. 140.96. And there's one more
Got it.
person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint.
Understood.
Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this
Good.
Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, who are the Patriots? And Lali Lulelo.
Lalo. Yeah, remember that from Metal Gear Solid 2?
Lalo. Gotcha.
The Lale
You've been
Lulelo.
equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent. To the Khrushchev regime, at the very least. But remember,
I'd like to keep that in
this is
mind,
still a
won't I?
sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
So if I fail, that means the end of the world,
Commencing
basically.
Operation Snake Eater.
Yeah, you know, no pressure or anything. If I fail this mission, then that's it. I just destroyed the world. Why not clip that? I don't need it. See, where is it? Smoke my cigar. Look how sick and see what he thinks about it.
Yo, you're Snake, aren't you?
Oh yeah,
And
we gotta
you're
go through like
Sigint.
3
Another.
conversations with him first.
I heard that you're an expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology.
close. I am the expert on weapons, equipment, and cutting-edge technology.
Oh. Wow. Rather
I'm the
egotistical,
guy that
isn't he?
designed your trank gun, active sonar, and motion detector. If you want to know anything about weapons or equipment you find in the field, just send me a message and ask. Later.
Can you say anything about my cigar? That like looks
Sounds like
cool
the
or
Cobra
something?
unit's members' names came from the specific emotions they each carry into battle.
Emotions?
Yeah.
For unbearable torment, the pain. For true oblivion, the end. For infinite rage, the fury.
Yeah.
For
But we don't even
absolute
see
terror,
until we actually
the
fight him.
fear. And for unsurpassed bliss, the joy.
The joy?
It's another name for the boss, because of the joy she feels in battle, I suppose. During
There
the
isn't
war,
one.
she had a partner named the Sorrow.
I was about to bring this
Sorrow
up.
and joy. They say there couldn't have been a more perfect pair.
What happened to them? He seemed to be kind of dead last time we
The
saw
Davy
Cobra
Crockett's
unit.
that the boss took with her when she defected are mortars that fire nuclear warheads.
Yeah, we
They're named
know.
after Davy
We saw
Crockett, the
that.
hero who died defending the Alamo in the Texan War of Independence.
Remember the Alamo.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
The
that's
warheads
why
are
he said
equivalent to
it.
between 10 and 20
I never
tons
knew
of
why he said
TNT.
remember the Alamo.
Every building within 150 yards of the hypocenter is completely obliterated. But the warheads the boss had with her were some kind of experimental super bomb. So they're actually even more powerful than that. I don't even want to think about what would happen if she used it again. Snake, you know what you have to do.
Yeah, I know.
What is the purpose of those things, really? Let me just think this over for a minute. It's not like you could use them in the battlefield. So having anything that's small enough for a single man to carry like Vogan did is kind of pointless. Because you're not about to use that on a battlefield. You'll kill everybody. I mean, unless your mission was to like just run into the middle of the battlefield and point it at the ground or something. Whatever, I'm thinking too much into this.
You're wearing the tiger stripe pattern camouflage, huh? Tiger stripe is a forest camouflage. As you may have guessed by the name, it mimics the stripe pattern on a tiger's coat. It was originally worn by South Vietnamese Marines. Then it caught the attention of an American military advisor, and now they're thinking of introducing it into all kinds of special forces units. It works best in places with lots of trees and grass, but it should blend in with dirt and mud, too.
So it's basically just an all-purpose camo.
You mean you're not wearing any face paint? You can take off your face paint by selecting no paint from face. Just select no paint when you want to skip wearing any face paint at all. But your camo index is never going to be as high without face paint as it is with it. Unless you want the enemy to see you, you ought to be wearing face paint.
I'll keep that in mind then. Put them cigar.
Pattern clothing, face paint, tactical movements. These are the elements of camouflage that will allow you to deceive your enemy. To camouflage yourself, first
We know this already.
covering your body is
Okay.
the camo index. I heard you fought against KGB troops in the Virtuous mission, but this time you're up against Spetsnaz. Spetsnaz is the Special Forces unit of GRU, the intelligence wing of the Soviet Defense Ministry's General Staff Office. Spetsnaz troops
Well.
undergo rigorous training in all types of special ops, from assassination and demolition to intelligence gathering. That and Vogan's loaded, man. His unit is one of the best equipped in the entire Soviet Union, if not the best. I heard the enemies you encountered in the Virtuous mission were only carrying weapons like AKs and grenades.
Yeah.
But ain't that simple anymore. In addition to AKs, some of the patrols you'll encounter might be equipped with Scorpion submachine guns and shotguns.
Those
The
things hurt.
Scorpion is even lighter than the AK, making it much easier to handle. Basically, a guy with a Scorpion is not gonna miss you as often as with an AK. The shotgun is a
Yeah.
powerful weapon. One blast is enough to floor you and you're likely to be seriously wounded. Watch for that, man.
If you don't get killed.
So you've got your uniform.
Okay, I don't want to say anything about the cigar. I'm trying to get it to trigger because it's actually kind of funny. You know what? While I'm standing around waiting for it. I'm gonna try and show off some funny conversations that you can have with Sigint.
Snake, what's up? Why are you naked? I know there's a naked option under uniform that lets you take off the upper part of your uniform. But without a shirt on, your camouflage sucks, and your stamina goes down faster. You don't get any advantages whatsoever.
Sure there are.
Like what?
It feels good.
Man, you do whatever you want.
I will, thanks. Just one question, though.
What?
Is there a way to take off my pants?
Say what?
My pants, can I?
Oh, hell no! This Fox unit is a nut fest.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
You're on a solo sneaking mission. Your success.
Okay, yeah, if I unequip it, equip it and call him back. Okay.
Whenever you find a new weapon or piece.
Okay, skipping all this. Trying to get to the
Keep in
cigar
mind that
conversation.
When you're using the. When you fire.
Okay, that's just arbitrary information. I don't know, I'll try it later. I don't know why the hell's not saying anything about it. Get that far on the road. There it is. Let's see. Let me check the map real quick and see where I am. Jumping to east, so it's under logs. I'm talking about the Croton, of course. Get the gun out. See if it's under some log. Yeah, it's right here. Some of these Crotons later in the game are really stupidly hard to get. Which is why I'm glad I don't actually have to get them. I just need to show you where they are. God, just trust me, they are ridiculous. Let me try now. I really want to get that conversation with the cigar.
Squares is a mountain cam. The camo index.
Okay.
You're on a Splitter is an
Did I like skip past
Splitter
it?
is an indoor. Covering your body.
Why would he not say anything about it?
Painting your face with black paint should give you a high rate. The woodland paint. When you fire
Okay, I'm about to give up on this crap. It was only at a certain point. I don't know. Hear that? Try one last time.
The black uniform.
No. Whatever. Got a cutscene coming up. A white horse with brown hair. Don't see that very often, do you? At least I don't.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.